Our Lady of the Lake University enjoys a long and rich history of innovation. OLLU was the first school in the U.S. to launch a 4-year teacher training program in bilingual education. The first in the Southwest to start a school of social work. The first in South Texas to offer weekend college. To remain competitive and continue its pioneering spirit, OLLU launched a strategic plan in 2018, a 7-year plan to create new programs and opportunities for the next generation, a plan to position the university for growth and increased impact. 2 years later, the coronavirus forced those in higher education to pivot, to adjust to COVID-19 on the fly. Fortunately, OLLU was better prepared than most, thanks to initiatives from the strategic plan. Consider our response to 3 challenges. When the coronavirus forced campuses to close, our faculty made a smooth transition to online teaching. When the pandemic caused financial disruptions, OLLU was prepared with student emergency funds. And when COVID-19 led undergraduates to reconsider grad school, OLLU's accelerated bachelor's to master's program kept the avenue open. The crisis brought out the best of OLLU, and work done on strategic plan initiatives helped keep moving things forward. Kim Briscoe has taught at OLLU since 1999. She is the first adjunct to win the Sister Jane Ann Slater Leadership Award. Long before COVID-19, Professor Briscoe learned how to teach online through the Center for Teaching Excellence.
I was easily prepared to move my classes from an in-person to an online, and I wouldn't have been able to do that without the Center for Teaching and Excellence training that I received over the years.
The students in Professor Briscoe's criminal justice class responded well.
My students transitioned very quickly from in-person to online. Part of the success was putting myself in the view of the student. They wanted some type of feeling of normalcy.
Once Professor Briscoe moved her criminal justice classes online, she continued to receive help.
It was great to have the Center for Teaching and Excellence there to kind of help smooth, my worries away and remind me of some basic things that I should be doing.
COVID-19 put one student in a difficult spot. An employer scheduled the student to work during class hours. The student didn't think he would be able to graduate.
The student had to work several hours, couldn't continue to be a part of a synchronous online class.
Professor Briscoe met with the student at a different time on Blackboard Collaborate.
I was in constant communication, and having the student deliver the material to me and meet the rigor of the course and just keep following up with the student.
The student received help from other professors and celebrated.
And of course, the student has graduated, and during this whole summer has called me several times, kind of just checking in and telling me what's going on with their life. And there's nothing better for a professor to hear that someone's a success.
OLLU began a student emergency fund 5 years ago to help students facing sudden need. A lost job, a shortage for rent, an unexpected medical expense. As part of the strategic plan, OLLU made it a priority to seek additional donations to the fund. Just before COVID-19, the university secured a $50,000 donation to the fund. The timing was providential.
We have certainly seen an increase in requests of emergency funding. I would say probably about another 50% of an increase that we have received from students that are encountering these emergency situations due to COVID.
The emergency fund has helped more than 50 students remain in school since March.
The funds that we have been blessed to receive have certainly allowed our students to persevere and think through what they need to do to continue their study.
Students who have benefited from the emergency fund often show their gratitude.
We get thank you cards all the time, for the support that they've been afforded and just the care and love that we have poured into our students.
One grateful student stands out.
I remember a thank you card that one of our students submitted. He was a student, junior, getting ready for his senior year, ready to finish and complete his final semesters at the lake, and he found himself in trouble. Some very hard financial hardships, and just needed the additional support and help. And so he humbly applied for some emergency funds, and because of these funds, he's able to continue his journey in education.
OLLU is helping a new generation get a jump start on grad school. Select seniors in psychology, English, and other majors may enroll in an accelerated bachelor's to master's program that will save time and money. The ABM program enables students to take courses that count toward 2 degrees, the bachelor's they are finishing and the master's they are starting. Students can take up to 4 graduate courses and save almost $10,000 toward their master's. Nadia Gloria is a psychology and criminal justice major. She starts the program this fall.
I decided to enroll in ABM program because I thought it would help me more to get my master's degree faster, as well as just advance my learning.
Nadia imagines a future helping others.
The kind of work I see myself doing after I graduate is counseling. In the juvenile system, our counseling with domestic violence patients.
A psychology class and a PEL program at East Central High fueled Nadia's interest in her major. But her initial desire was sparked by experiences in her Catholic youth.
So the reason I picked domestic violence and juvenile and just in general the criminal justice area was because growing up I went on a lot of ACTS retreats and we heard a lot of stories, and hearing those stories, some of them were very hard to hear, and hearing that I was I would love to help people that are going through that and get them through those tough times.
Nadia believes the ABM program will carry her into her future.
I believe the ABM program will help me achieve my goals by expanding my knowledge in the psychology program, and also help me just get further to my career faster so that I can get a job faster in my psychology.
OLLU is celebrating its 125th anniversary. Our response to the global pandemic is in keeping with our history of preparedness, with our unrelenting faith in providence, and with our heritage of responding to the needs of the times. The initiatives we are implementing today are setting the next generation up for tomorrow and propelling OLLU into the next 125 years.